Everybody, welcome back, episode 18. And so uh me, as usual, we have, we were having conversation, and we were just discussing the power of letting go, and how so many of us have a hard time doing that, with different areas of our life. Um, Letting go of a bad relationship, letting go of a bad job, with the fear, of course, of being alone, or the fear of not finding another job, or finding a job that's as adequate financially, something to that effect. But we do know that there is a time in our life where we need to let go, and that frees us up and gives us actually more opportunity, more positive opportunity once we understand the letting go process in that situation is a good thing, So letting go can be um, a powerful action.
Right.
So what do you guys say about that, A?
I feel like I mean you're 100% on the money. Like letting go can be a positive action because I feel like we're like vessels, and your receiving vessel can flow through if it has the opportunity to, but less can go in if there's a clog. And sometimes that clog is when we don't let go of things that's no longer serving us.
Right, right.
Almost like I mean, if you have, I'm trying to think of the best example, but basically if because we're all energy and we're all vessels. And it's almost like if you're holding on to, I don't know, pain and you're not releasing it, it spews into other areas of your life. And then you're limiting your capacity to bring more in. So if you don't exercise letting go when you should, it's almost like in essence, you're not only blocking your blessings, but you're making life harder when in life,
Yes.
in life, and it's taken me so long to understand this. Like I'm understanding it more and more. And I know for a fact you'll agree. It's taken me a long time to just understand that, life, it's not always going to be positive or good. There has to be a balance of not so good experiences because that's just the way it works.
Right,
But how much those negative experiences multiply depends on how we're acting as human beings. Not trying to get too esoteric, but if you're constantly being a human being, I don't want to say those words, but they're two curse words. One begins with the S and then the other begins with the A. But if we're constantly being just a horrible human being, then out of those good and negative experiences that's going to balance out, you're going to get more of those negative experiences. But if you're constantly doing your best to live the right way, we're not saying being perfect, but we know what it takes to do your best to live the right way, then you're giving yourself the opportunity to get more positive blessings, if that makes sense. So
right.
uh, that's why it's so paramount to let go, because all the things that you want to accomplish, they can get accomplished. Maybe not every single thing, but you can still live life exceptionally well based off of your own terms by just doing the right thing. And then obviously the other part of it is you have to put in the work.
Right, right. Like I know, this is a story. This is a story that I heard about this particular couple, right? And this woman should have let this man go a long time ago. So there's this couple. Uh, the woman hits the lotto, and I know people have heard of this story probably, but the woman hits the lotto, like millions and millions of dollars, and immediately she starts to have to spend a lot of this money to bail her boyfriend out of jail more than once, to pay for lawyers and So now this wealth that she just accumulated, that she just got kind of in the easy way, because she did not let go of this man either before, during, and even immediately after attaining this wealth, she started to lose her wealth. And so for me, this really showed me, even though I've learned that lesson by the time I saw the story, but it reassured me that in life, sometimes you just have to let go, because it's going to be for in your best interest. It may be painful initially, but when you look at how many blessings come to you thereafter,
Right.
you look back and go, man, I'm grateful I made that decision, despite, you know, feeling like uh, feeling the fear, and then, but you overcame it and you saw the blessing that came thereafter. So, that's just one example of, of it's time to let go. And sometimes it's the same thing with addiction, right? It's time to let go of the particular addiction, whether it's to food or to a particular substance, right? Or drugs, cigarettes, you know, because you let go of that, and you immediately going to start feeling healthier within weeks. You let go of those addictions, you start feeling better and do better, and you're able to accomplish more physically. So letting go is a very powerful tool to utilize. And we don't mean, oh, you and your partner has been having arguments, let them go. No, because those things can be
Right.
rectified, right? Go to couples counseling or something, get some kind of counseling from someone, a trusted person in the community that deals with, relationships, to help you understand, communicate, how to communicate with one another a little bit better. But we're talking about the dysfunctional relationships that are causing you physical, mental, and emotional harm, right? Those relationships are not good, and you have to let those people go, um, as well as the other things we discussed. But that's how I look at it. That's from my personal experience. Because I know when I let certain people go in my life, it's like a monkey jumped off my back. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like I had a monkey on my back and the monkey jumped off. But mind you, this is my, I know this from experience. Sometimes when you let go of some of these people, they are resistant to it. So what they might do is make it difficult. So they may continue to call you, they may plead with you, they may cry, a whole lot of these things. Oh, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna tell you this: most people do not change. Change. Me and A was talking about this yesterday about change. Change takes a lot of work. Change is not a passive accomplishment. Change is very active, whether it's a physical change or a mental change. It takes a lot of work, right? And so if you want to see some change, you have to actively be doing something for an extended period of time, so that that thing becomes a new part of your character, right? The new changes become permanent. And that doesn't happen in 1 2 days or even 1 2 weeks. And so don't fall for it. When I'm gonna change, baby. I'm not gonna do it again. They probably gonna do it again, right? Unless they do something. And the signs are going somewhere for help, you know, um, and learning the steps it takes to change those behaviors, and then implementing those steps through time consistently. And if people are not doing that, then they're not going to change. So, you know, be prepared for that too. When you got to let people go, some of them will fight and scratch and scream and they're trying to cry their way to stay with you. But don't fall for that. You know, let them go. They will be all right. They will be okay. And you will be too. But pretty much that's my take on letting go. Hey, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, like now I've been like around a lot of different variations of people, um, quite a few very successful, and just an even balance of all type of human beings. And what I find, especially the ones who were relatively successful, like they used to say, like if you pay attention enough, like you really start to see habits and patterns. And those are the two things that are constant, like habits and patterns. So in regards to what you were just saying, when you are trying to let go and these people are being resistant, if you really, really, really pay attention to people and habits and patterns, then there won't be that much thought in regards to knowing if we're speaking about a person now is actually going to change, and they're not. Someone who is earnestly going to change, if we're going to speak about people, if there's been a particular conversation that's been had before, then you'll progressively see, if you've had that one conversation about changing, or maybe it's something that you didn't like, you should progressively see, okay, they are taking steps. There's
Right.
less arguments,
Right.
more. Right, we did speak about that. Okay, no, I'm going to work on that. Then, as
Right.
opposed to, you have that conversation, have it, nothing changes, nothing, and then you just, enough is enough, and you're like, I think we're done. No, 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 I promise. There shouldn't be four no's.
Right.
So it should just be okay. Because four no's is like, that's four. You don't need four. There's nothing wrong with four, but you don't need four. Like, why are you saying four? Because you realize, oh, I'm at the point, my back is against the wall. So
Yep.
now
Yep.
you're trying to justify yourself in your head. So you get those repetitive no's, when quite frankly, why wasn't I taken seriously the first time?
Right.
And not in a sense of, oh, I'm the boy. No, like, come on, we're not talking about like that, because that's ego, and throw that out the door. We're talking about, you want things to be a cohesion and for things to work, because in life, the goal is to constantly progress in everything that we do, relationships, etc. So we're speaking about, you're having that conversation because obviously there's some uncomfortability. You want things to work. So you're working on being proactive then, as opposed to reactive.
Right.
So the fact that you four knows, like, I mean, it has to get to a point where we have more value for ourselves than as opposed to devaluing ourselves, because you devalue yourself every time you want to make a decision, you don't. Every time you know something is right, you don't do it.
Yep.
Now there's internal conflict.
Yep.
We're in a new year now. Let's get to the place where it's like, if it's time to let go of anything, like Lewis said, whether it's, you can't lose weight and eat like at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really work like that.
Right.
But if you slowly, progressively eat better and work out and monitor what you're eating, then eventually the pounds might not shed as fast as you would like,
Right.
but chances are you'll trend in that better direction.
And that's the work that we're talking about, right? That's just one example of the work it takes to make change occur. So you will change how you eat if you want to lose weight. Like when I was in my 20s, I was in my 20, 19, I was 19 or 20. And I wanted to lose weight. All right. I wanted to get in shape. So I was running every day. Right. And then around my birthday came and I got my favorite like dessert, right? Which is strawberry, which is cheesecake, not even strawberry, it's cheesecake, period. But I prefer pineapple cheesecake from a particular place in New York City that P. Diddy made some people walk over a bridge to get. But pineapple cheesecake is my favorite cheesecake, right? My favorite like dessert. My birthday came, I got that. And my family wasn't really trying to eat all that cheesecake, right? So I was busting it down for the next like week. And every time I busted down, I felt so guilty. I went and run again twice for the day. I was running 2 times a day. So I would eat. So let's say it was like midnight, and I ate some cake. I got up as I'm done. I put on my sweats, put my jacket on, put my hoodie on, put my coat on because actually it wasn't even cold. Excuse me. I was running in the cold too, cold weather. But I would go ahead and put my shorts on, and then be out and run from like East Flatbush to Brownsville. I would run from East Flatbush to Brownsville at like 12, 1 in the morning, and then walk back. I was doing that every time I ate that cake because I knew I did something naughty and I had to pay the price. And the price wasn't gaining fat. The price was I'm going to run this mug off. And so even though as I learned more about exercise and stuff like that, running, you don't burn the calories that you just ate. You burn the calories that's stored in your body as fat. When actually you walk and you will burn the calories that you recently ate. So I should have been walking those however many miles that was versus running it, but didn't make any difference because I was burning whatever I was burning, and then I would add it back, with the cheesecake. So that's just part of change. That's just part of change is action, right? Because you triggered. I was done pretty much, but you triggered that memory for me that and it's similar to a person addicted to drugs, right? If they really want to change, what they're going to do, they're going to go to a drug treatment facility, whether it's inpatient, outpatient, that's going to help them, teach them the skills and give them the support that they need to, get and remain sober. They may go to AA or NA meetings to be around people, that can give them more support, right? That shows change. But if a person in your life is on drugs, and they ain't going to no treatment facilities or they ain't going to AA or NA, they ain't going to change. They're going to keep doing it. They might change. They might stop for a week or two, maybe even a month. They're going to go right back. They're going to start sneaking. Only a select few can just cold turkey stop drugs. I've only known one person who just cold turkey was like, I'm done. I don't even know how they did it, to be honest, but they did it. You know what I mean? So change is powerful. Letting go is powerful, but change takes movement of some sort, whether it's mental movement or physical movement. And but please, like A said, it's new year, utilize the power of letting go to help propel you forward in a direction of health, whether it be financially, mentally, or physically. But hopefully what we said helped you guys in some way, shape, or form. As usual, comment, like and subscribe, share with other people. If there's something you feel like, is valid, share it with your friends and your family, and encourage them to comment and, get a nice little discussion going on, and maybe subsequent videos based on some of the discussions. Until episode 19, we'll see y'all, or y'all see us. Peace.